good morning, everybody. Chat room is open for questions today, but today is our lockdown day. Yay! Are you excited? Yeah. I'm excited too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So, oops, hold on. You know how this screen works. There we go. All right, so the chat room is open for questions, so make sure it's questions being asked in the chat room. Unfortunately, now I cannot see the chat room. Hold on, let's see. I might have to stop it. All right, I'll answer questions.
When's the lockdown?
This is going to be the lockdown day. So what I went ahead and did is I numbered all of our quail eggs 1 through 12. That way in science today, you're going to take a vote to see which quail egg you think is going to hatch first. So according to our calendar, today is day 20. And on day 24, which will be on Friday, we should have some eggs starting to hatch. Okay. So we'll start seeing pipping this week. We'll take note of the pipping. We are going to use this gear rotator tray. We're going to replace the gear rotator tray with this cardboard piece right here. So remember this cardboard piece, one side is textured. That way the little quail chicks can grip and try to stand up. And the other side is a smooth surface. This smooth surface is going to lay flat on the bottom. So let's go ahead. We're going to carefully lift the dome. All right. So here are all of our eggs. And remember in science today, you're going to vote. So here is egg 1. And you can vote today in science to see which egg you think is going to hatch first. Egg 2. Here is egg number 3. Egg number 4. Here is egg number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Egg number 8. Egg number 9. Oops, sorry. There we go. Egg number 10. Egg number 11. Oh, I have some more friends joining. And egg number 12. So we'll see which one's going to hatch first. All right, we're going to remove this rotator tray. It's a pretty good size rotator tray. And then this middle reservoir right here, we're going to fill this up with water. This is what's going to keep the little incubator nice and humid. We're going to fill it all the way to the top, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and place this cardboard piece down. I'm going to replace this because we don't want the little chicks to fall into the water. So that keeps them out of the water. And then we're going to go ahead and place our quail eggs back in here. Let's see if I can get the numbers to show. So there's 12. Here's number 6. Number 11. Make sure your microphone is on mute for me. Egg number 10. Egg number 11 just does not want to sit up straight. Number 7. Number 4. Here is egg number 5. Number 3. Whoop. All right, number 3. Number 3 is bumping around. Number 2. Number 9. Oops. Here is number 8. And number 1. We'll put number 1 here. Then we're going to go ahead and place our incubator lid back on. And with how much water we put inside, it's going to get very humid in here, and it's going to keep the eggs nice and warm at a good temperature. So Their temperature is still going to stay at 95 degrees for right now. And then we'll see. We should start having some pipping showing up super soon. Hopefully by Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have some of the eggs start pipping, okay? If you have any questions, go ahead and place them in the chat room and we will be more than happy to try to answer those questions for you. If you missed out any on this video, I have it recorded and we'll place it up on our YouTube link, okay? Does anybody have any questions about what's gonna happen next?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. All right then. Our quail eggs should be here soon. That's gonna be super exciting. I can't wait. All right, so one question, what do they do in lockdown? So remember, lockdown is like the final step in the quail egg hatching experience. The lockdown is going to be like where there is no more rotating of the eggs. The eggs are going to sit still now. That way we can see them starting to pip. They're getting in that final position to use that egg tooth to break through the shell. Okay, let's see. Have you ever hatched an egg at home? No, I actually have not ever hatched an egg at home. I've only hatched them here at school, so it's pretty exciting to watch as well. What does the word humid mean? Humid means like it's hot and sticky and kind of like wet air, kind of like it was outside this morning. All right, any other questions? Why does the incubator need to be hot? Oh, that's a good one. So think about it. If when you're in your bed sleeping, you want to stay warm, right? Well, these little baby chicks, they want to stay warm too. Okay, they like to be warm. The heat helps them grow and things like that. It also keeps the moisture inside of the eggshell for the little baby chicks. Any other questions?
No. It's from.
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, how big will they be? When they're first born, they will probably be about the size of your palm hand, the palm of your hand. Okay.
So small.
Ah, that's even a good question. What do we feed them and where will they live when they hatch? So that's a great question. Let me go ahead and move all of this out of the way. We have what's called a brooder box. All right. And I'm going to do my best to try to show you this brooder box. It's just a big like Tupperware box for right now. This is just so we can transport them back to Long Acres Ranch easily.
It's from.
All right, so right here on the floor, because it is big, this is a brooder box. So this is like, just like a container you would have to like store things in, okay?
It's from.
Hold on one second, Adeline. What they did is they drilled holes inside the lid of the box. That way air can go in, okay? Then inside this brooder box, we are going to, and actually we can do that right now. We're going to lay paper towels down in the bottom of the brooder box. And that way, if, or when, not if, when the quail chicks make a mess, it's easier to clean. So let's go ahead and we're gonna put some paper towels down here. And actually, I'm gonna fold these in half because these are kind of thin. And as I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat room to help answer any questions. What will they, or when will they go back home? They will actually go back home after all of them have hatched. We'll get to keep them for about 2 weeks. And then we will send them back to Long Acres Ranch, where they will keep them for about another 6 to 9 weeks and release them into the wild. When will they begin to fly? Well, we will not be able to see them here to fly. They don't fly probably for a good 3 to 4 weeks. Where's their mommy at? Honestly, I do not know. That's a great question. I'm sure mommy is probably at Long Acres Ranch, where we got our quail eggs from. What would happen if they were cold? Well, if we got super cold, like say we went outside and what we're wearing today, which is like probably t-shirts and shorts because it is very hot out today. If they were cold, they probably would not survive or not survive as easily, okay? So inside our brooder box, this is a heating plate. It's high enough to where there's little legs on the bottom of the stand. It's high enough off the paper towels so the baby chicks can go underneath and stay nice and toasty under there. So once they hatch, do they need to stay in the incubator? Yes, they will stay in the incubator until they are all nice and fluffy and dry. We're gonna go ahead and put our heating plate on one side and we'll leave the cord out. We don't wanna leave the cord in. We have this little cap right here. This cap is just going to hold water. Eventually it'll hold water for them as soon as they're big enough. So I'll place that on one side. And here's their food. This is just regular chicken feed. So it's little pellets of broken pieces of chicken feed. So it's nice and to be able to.
It's from.
Yes.
You can't talk. I can't talk the iron in this Zoom.
I'm sorry?
I can't talk to Iron in the Zoom.
Okay. Well, do you have any questions about the quails? Not yet? All right. All right, so, oops, let me try to go back to all of these wonderful questions you have in the chat room. Uh-oh, my chat doesn't like to pull up, so hold on 1 second. There it is. All right, so somebody did ask, what is the box for? The box is called a brooder box. This is where we're going to keep the little quail chicks once they have hatched to keep them nice and warm. Let's see, we have, how long does it take them to dry? That's a great question. For them to take to dry, it can take anywhere from 12 hours to 24 hours. It just kind of depends on them. Where do they live? So they like to, once they've hatched and they are released back into the wild, they like to live in very wooded areas. So lots of trees and bushes, things like that, so they can nibble on some bugs. Why do we do the lockdown? Well, the reason why we do lockdown is so they can get into the correct position to hatch. Can we keep a quail as a pet? Absolutely. You can keep quails as a pet. The only thing is they do take what are called dust baths, which is just like they're bathing in dirt. And that's to help keep the bugs off of them. And it does kind of make a mess. That's the only thing about them. And they are kind of stinky. They like to make lots of messes, so they are a little stinky. What color are they? They are a bunch of shades of brown. So there'll be lots of shades of brown. How long is the lockdown? So remember, lockdown starts today, and then we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for pipping to start. And we should have at least 1 or 2 hatch by Friday. So we'll see. We'll see. We should have some baby quails by Friday. How long will they live? So it kind of depends. I think they live, I know Miss Ware's class had answered this question. They live, I think 2 to 3 years is what Miss Ware's class found out. And that's if they live in the wild. Now, if you keep one as a pet, they could live up to 5 years old, just because then they don't have to fight off any predators that are hunting them down for food. Let's see. We have, can we all have each have one? Unfortunately not. I do have to take all these baby quail chicks. They will have to go back to Long Acres Ranch. Ooh, what sound does a quail make? That's a great question. So when they hatch, they make those little cheeping, the like cheep, 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 like you hear like little baby birds would. That's what sound they make when they're chicks. Now, when they get older, we can look up the noises that they make. I'm not quite sure. I want to say that they kind of make like a cooing noise like a dove would make. But I'm not 100% sure. Again, we have the question again, what does humid mean? Humid means that the air is kind of hot, wet, and sticky, okay? What happens if one gets out of the incubator? Well, they will not get out of the incubator. The incubator has a lip on it, so they are not able to push it open. So we don't have to worry about that, but that's a good question. How long do they sleep? So they're like cats and puppies. You know how cats and puppies, they'll run around and play for a little bit and then boom, they fall right asleep. So they are up and down taking naps. Like they'll take short naps throughout the day. Let's see. How much do they weigh when they hatch? Ooh, that's a great question. So they actually will weigh less than a pound. They'll probably weigh less than half a pound as well. They're itty bitty. They will learn how to fly on their own. What is a group of quail called? They are called a flock, just like like a flock of birds. Let's see, any other?
Flop.
Flock, yeah. Let's see. Will we be able to watch them hatch? Absolutely. I have the YouTube live link going right now. You don't see anything right now except for the wall because I have the brooder box and the incubator next to me right now. But absolutely, follow that YouTube link and you'll be able to watch the quails hatch as they come out of the egg. How do they grow the tooth to break the shell? So they actually grow that inside of the egg when they're developing. On day 9 is when they start to grow the egg tooth. That's when the egg tooth begins to grow, when they're in the egg on day 9. Will they hatch on May 7th? That is the plan for them to hatch May 7th. We'll see. We might have some early birds and we might have some late bird, later ones. What do quail eat in the wild? Carnivore or herbivore? So actually they like to eat little bugs and insects. So I would put them as a carnivore, I guess. When they're in the wild. So they eat things like grasshoppers and, just kind of like little insects that they can catch. Again, what do they eat? When they are here with us in this brooder box, they are going to eat this protein mix of bird seed. This is actually chicken feed. they can eat the same thing as a chicken. So that's what they're going to eat here when they are with us. All right. So hopefully we'll have some little chickies soon. And we'll get to see the pipping. How big are they when they are an adult? How big are they when they are a baby? Those are both great questions. I don't know the exact size or weight, but that could be something that we could research as we go
I'm not asleep.
along. Okay. What will its name be when it goes to the wild? So they're just these specific breed of quail that we have. They're called quail eggs. So they're bob-like quails. All right. Oops. There we go. Oh, wrong way. Ta-da! No, they will not live to 16 years old. If you keep them as a pet, they can live up to 5 years old. But in the wild, remember, they only live to be about 2 to 3 years old. Okay. How do they walk? They learn how to walk by using their legs and their feet. All right. If our friends that have joined us have no further questions, thank you for joining us on this awesome adventure. I can't wait to see what the next couple of days brings. All righty. And my class, if you'll just go ahead and stay on, and that way we can go.
Thank you.